All right.
probably all he do.
We said it wasn't on the schedule, but we talked about it. Simone Biles has what's the word? I guess took herself out of competition. Withdrew. I think she still had one more that she's been playing around with. I guess she might will withdraw for them.
Beam, right?
The balance beam
balance
is
beam.
the last one.
She's the last one that I think she got to decide by. I think Tuesday is when it jumps off.
And they're saying, from what I was saying with that, the difficulty on that one is not as high as the floor exercise was. So she may, but I don't think she's gonna. I think she's gonna withdraw it altogether. And you know what?
Should.
That's fine. That's her business.
Yeah.
She's the greatest gymnast of all time.
Most decorated.
Most decorated.
She don't owe us nothing.
Owe nobody anything. I just hate these people that get on TV who ain't never did or played any kind of sport and talk shit about how she quit or she's a disgrace or she's that. That woman she's 24 years old. Let's put that out there. So she's 24. She's been to what, 2 Olympics already?
Mm-hmm.
Countless world championships in between. When you're 24 and a gymnast, you're supposed to be on the tail end of your gymnastics career. You're supposed to be out
on your way out the door.
For her to still be doing what she's doing, man,
and still doing things that no one else can do. You know what I'm saying? Not just doing what she's doing and winning, but she's doing things that no one else can do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Still to this day. So to me, it's a slap in the face to her. For those folks to be like, "Oh, she quit. She should keep going." She's not the GOAT that they claim she is.
But Slow, you said you had an unpopular opinion on this one.
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
Oh Lord.
I'm just not buying the mental health thing.
Why not?
I don't know. I could be wrong. It's the old school in me or whatever. It's like you went over there. I saw her that first night.
Mm-hmm.
She was messing up. She didn't look like she was gone. She wasn't being the Simone Biles she could be. I think she saved her legacy by withdrawing. That I'm still going down to all these golds. I'm not. I think she's just saved her legacy. I might be 100% wrong. It's just something bothers me about her going over there. You prepared, you got over there, you took up the spot, and you got over there, and then now you're saying, and then like as the days go on, it could be a mental health issue. But
Can you imagine how much worse it would have been if she said beforehand, I'm not going at all?
How is it worse than going over there?
Black women get no leeway.
That's true, but
they would have torched her.
A spot should have at least somebody could have took the spot.
They got alternates for that.
Yeah. Well, she was the star though.
Okay, so so Tiger Woods was a star, and he messed his mental up. We all know that story. And he ain't been the same since. She may not be the same.
No, the biggest thing I saw was somebody trying to compare her to Mike. Come up with Michael Jordan quitting.
No, that's unfair for that.
Mike went and played baseball,
right? And it was because he was burnt out.
Right,
he was burnt out of the game. He was tired of the fandom. He was tired of not being able to do anything.
Some people say that's not true. Some people say he was forced out.
I don't believe that shit. I think Mike was tired. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't. He just do. If you watch The Last Dance again, Mike was tired when he left. And plus, like I said, when his pops being killed, that just added to it. And I don't blame him. I'd have walked away too. But you know what I'm saying? And he got that fired. He came back and kept playing. It could be the exact same thing with Simone Biles. You know what I'm saying? Just think of the pressure. Like you said, this girl's only 24 years old. Think about back to when each of us individually were 24 years old. Could you think we could have handled that kind of pressure at that age? No. I know I couldn't have.
No.
I was trying to figure out what club I was going to.
Yeah, me at 24, man, I ain't know my name.
You didn't have millions of people following you, millions of little girls looking up to you, millions of people essentially telling you, we got to change the rules in your sport because you're too good. It's making everybody else feel bad because you're beating them so badly. Like, you imagine what that does to your mental. And also, you know what I'm saying? I always, when this conversation came up, obviously I thought about Naomi Osaka as well. It's a lot of pressure on these young women, you know what I'm saying? When black women are already at the bottom of the totem pole anyway, unfortunately. They are. It's just the reality of our society.
Keith, what you think, man? I don't want us to.
No, you're good. I think it was something mental. I mean, you can see she wasn't really into it, like she was, and I don't know if that's from the judges deciding that she wasn't going to get awarded the points for her difficulty in the routines or not. So it's I think honestly, if she's not mentally in it, it's not a different sport like basketball. If you're not mentally in basketball, you can skate through the game. If you're not mentally into gymnastics, and you can literally hurt yourself and be paralyzed pretty easily. So I mean,
Right.
I applaud her for sticking this way. What I don't like is people like Jokic, Djokovic, the actual tennis player that came out, with his statement talking about pressure is a privilege, and then he get out there and lose his Olympic match and
Right.
end up
Throws
throwing
his
his tennis
racket,
tennis
Throws his
racket,
racket.
right? So I'm like,
throws one into the
the
stands,
idiot,
like pitch
right?
the fit
So
like
talk about
a
pressure.
man,
Yeah,
please.
so
Like it's especially
right,
when, like you said, Keith, a bunch of former gymnasts and current gymnasts were like, look, what she was trying to do. If your head is not in it, like you said, Keith, you could really hurt yourself. Like there
right,
was some people that got injured. Like think about when Carrie Strug back in what it was '96 when she hurt her ankle, and they pushed her to get back on there. Like what lasting effect does that have?
That was
Her,
that
awful.
was
her, her,
dumb.
her
Right,
ankle probably still ain't
Probably still
still
ain't
ain't
right.
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 I twisted my ankle during Mother's Day weekend this year. It still ain't right. I
and
be
you and
putting my
Carrie
socks on.
and you and Carrie Strug
Me and
athletically
Carrie
are like
Strug
right there.
Yeah,
athletically.
man,
I
y'all
mean,
right there.
if this was
Crazy,
1993,
crazy thing about that.
1993, yeah, me and Carrie
Yeah.
Strug was right here in 1993, dog.
The crazy thing about that Carrie Strug thing is if you go back and watch the Olympics from that year, they were gonna win whether she vaulted or not. So like that's
Right.
really crazy. He forced her to do that. Yeah, that's
That was
crazy.
crazy. It was unnecessary for her to
And I
hobble out
just,
there and do
yeah,
that.
Unnecessary.
this woman has earned the right to stop and say, I can't do this.
Or I don't want to do
Or
it.
I don't want to do it. Kiss my ass.
I'll holler at y'all.
The sad thing is like how they did Gabby Douglas. Gabby Douglas was what, the first one to win all around, and
They did.
and it was our own people dogged her out for her
They
hair.
treated that girl so
Right.
badly,
That's
and
crazy.
we wouldn't see Simone Biles if it wasn't for Gabby Douglas.
Dominique Dawes, we shouted her out in one of the early episodes.
Right.
Like Simone, fuck them. If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Don't get yourself together.
Get yourself together, man.
Count your money.
Right.
Count your gold medals.
You still getting these endorsements.
Right. Slow. I got a question for you. So
What's up?
is she still GOAT status? Even though you feel the way you feel about that?
I think she's still GOAT status, and I'm glad you brought that up, Kiwi. She was buying into that stuff, man. She was got the GOAT put it on her uniform and taking the
should,
pictures
though.
with the GOAT
You
and all.
should.
But if you're gonna do that, man, then be the GOAT and go out there and do it.
Man, even the GOAT have bad days.
That's
bro.
true, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm too old school.
You are.
Yeah.
I just
That's the
like
old man in
I
you.
think she copped out and said, "Yo, I ain't gonna get this gold this year." So you know what? I got mental health problems. Because if she would have got the bronze, then it would have took her, even though it shouldn't. If she went out there and got bronze, right, they would have been saying, "Nah, you ain't the GOAT." You know how it
They're
is.
trying to do that anyway.
But,
It don't matter
but
what.
yeah,
that's why they're changing the rules up on her.
you know what
Anyway,
I'm saying? Like I
Simone.
said, that's just my opinion.
Simone,
From what she's done, I
I
can't
salute
take
you,
nothing away
Simone.
from her. I salute her too.
you the greatest gymnast I ever seen in my
I
lifetime.
totally agree with that too.
We got a comment up, fellas. The project says Simone has ADHD and her meds are now banned. That helps to cause the twisties, which is kind of like, you guys heard of the yips in baseball.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. It's dangerous to flip and lose focus. You're exactly right.
Okay,
Like
well,
what
see,
CD
I
said,
didn't even know that.
if she flips and
Yeah.
falls on her damn head,
Who said that?
the project.
Thank you. The
Okay,
project.
what's
shout
up?
out to project. We
Yeah,
appreciate you.
that's I just learned something.
Yeah, so she can't take her meds.
I didn't know the ADHD part, but the part
Yeah.
when they're talking about like understand like if you're not in the right frame of mind to know when you're in the air doing all these flips and spins.
Yeah, 'cause
and
we've
stuff.
seen pictures.
But did
in
she
baseball
know that
got
prior to
yips.
her going to Tokyo?
Well, I'm sure she probably knew it, but it probably didn't hit. It probably didn't start. Maybe it didn't start affecting her yet.
Till she got over there?
Possibly.
Okay, we're gonna end this.
Oh my god.
You see where you about to go, man? Just stop. Just let it go.
Moving right along. This cat here,
Yeah,
boy.
man.
I
God,
swear to
dog.
God. From fuck
Finna
Tebow's mama to damn Simone Biles.
Biles is-
Jesus.
Oh my God.
I said my opinion was gonna be up.
I don't want to tell this cat I'm having a bad day.
Right,
Shut up.
shut up.
Suck it up.
Suck it up. Go watch Martin. Be all
Go
right.
take a nap like my daddy used to say.
Right.
Go take a nap, man. You'll be all right.
You're right. Go lay down. God
Take some Robitussin.
Dog, man.
Take some tussin for your bad feelings.